Okay.
Ma'am, here we have principal sir from our partner school in Indonesia, and then vice principal ma'am Miss Yayuk is also there, and Dayang Suriani, who is the top 50 Global Teacher Prize finalist, she is also there, and two students from their school. They will be the panelists with our school students, Siddharth and Vijeyta.
I can see Vijeyta also here.
Yes.
We are only 13 here. 13 are present.
Yes, 13 are there. We will be recording this event and then we will be premiering this video on our YouTube channel and then the Facebook.
Yeah, okay.
Yay!
So Dayang is a teacher, ma'am, and Yayuk, who is the vice principal, her subject is geography, and Dayang is agreeing to take.
What's your subject?
Her subject is geography, and Dayang is accepting our invitation to do an activity for teacher training. She is an expert in delivering teaching English at primary level.
Oh, good.
So Dayang will be doing one training program for our school teachers in the month of May.
Yes,
okay.
with my pleasure.
That will be virtual only.
Yes, virtual. And with the permission of principal sir, they call Park. Like you say Mr. and they say Park. So Park Sugiyatna is the principal of the school and he is waving hands.
Yeah, I can see.
Yes. Mr. Sugiyatna, Mrs. Sneh Verma is principal of our school. And she is our school head and looking after all the classes from nursery till grade 12. It's a huge school in which we have more than 6,500 students. And she's the only one who is managing all.
What an amazing person you are.
Oh, yes, she is. And because of her vision, we are able to do lots and lots of activities in our school, even during this challenging time.
Rashmi, it's a teamwork. Yeah.
So, with your permission, Principal Ma'am.
You can start now. You can start. Yeah.
Okay. So, Archika, I hope you have started the process. Oh, wonderful. And we have Ma'am Pranay Singhal. He is recording the event. And Panvi is writing the report for our school. And we will be publishing that report online on our special blog for global events. Over to you, Vijeyta. Thank you so much.
May I begin, ma'am?
Yes, Vijeyta. Madam has given permission.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I extend my warm greetings to everybody present here. Myself, Vijeyta Panjwani, a student of Kulachi Hansraj Model School. Today, as we begin our first international activity of the 50th year celebration of Kulachi Hansraj Model School, as well as the launch of Global Ed Talk at KHMS, I am glad to share that on 13th of April this year, as our school turned 49, we began the celebrations with Havan, which is a part of the Vedic culture. And since we are a part of Dayanand Anglo-Vedic organization, we organized this and we also launched our logo, this logo for 50th year. So I would now request everybody to witness this beautiful event.
ओम अमृतोपस्रमसि स्वाहा दूसरी बार ओम अमृतापिधानमसि स्वाहा श्रोत्रमस्तु ओम बाहुर्मेबलमस्तु ओम उर्वोर्मौर्यस्तु ओम अरिष्टानि मेंगानि तमस्तनुआमे सन्तु यैरयन्ता अग्नेन यासुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववायुना ओम तन्त्वा समिद्भिरं प्रत्याय व्यानाय ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि पदासु यद्भद्रं तन्नासु ओम अग्नेन सुपदा स्वाहा ओम सजोर्देवेन सवित्रा सजोरात्रिर्वत्याजुषाणो अग्निर्वेतो ओम आपो ज्योतिरसोमृतं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवः स्वरो ओम यामे धाम देवगणा
The mesmerizing launch. So, today, as we are here, we are here for Ed Talk, so global Ed Talk. So this started as Ed Talk in the school while we were in the physical school. We used to have a designated area for Ed Talk. We used to record there. And now that we have transitioned into an online school, as we've adapted to the situations, we have finally got a chance to make Ed Talk international. So before we step to that, I would want you all to know that Ed Talk is a channel for young children to realize their power and potential of mindsets, of ideas, and how even smallest of their ideas can have a remarkable change in their society, how they can be empowered to live more peacefully and with a greater harmony in the society, and how they as individuals can work as a team for everybody's betterment. And this was our launch of Ed Talk, and now we are here for Global Ed Talk. So I would just want a short rewind as to what Ed Talk started with.
Idea behind starting a YouTube channel and talk at KHMS is to sensitize the young learners about their potential and power of thoughts and ideas. How important it is to learn to express, communicate, and share. We are starting Ed Talk at KHMS under the leadership of our school principal, Mrs. Sneh Verma.
And these are a few glimpses. I too was myself a part of Ed Talk. We used to have panel discussions, we used to have teacher interviews, we used to have interviews of meritorious students and post holders, we used to have individual talks, and that was our journey in Ed Talk. And today we are here at a global Ed Talk with our guests of honor, our principal ma'am, Mrs. Sneh Verma, Principal Sir of State Senior High School 1, Balikpapan, Indonesia, Mr. Sugiyatna, and Vice Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Yayuk. I welcome you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming to motivate us. I would also like to express my deepest of gratitude to our mentors, Rashmi ma'am and Dayang ma'am, who have made it possible for us to be here at Global Ed Talk. So, first of all, I would request Madam Principal to please say a few words of wisdom and to guide us forward.
Thank you, Vijeyta. Kulachi Hansraj Model School was established in the year 1972. It is one of the prestigious schools of DAV. 2021 is special to us. As on 13th April, Kulachi Hansraj Model School completed 49 years of its journey of nurturing young minds and experiencing excellence. In the 50th year, despite the challenges due to pandemic, spread of COVID-19, and now its various mutants, we decided to continue celebrating what we have achieved so far and moving forward with learning in an exponential way. Our teachers are corona warriors. They are acting as guiding lights to maintain a balance of mental and emotional growth of children. We are using Google Apps and have well structured Google Classrooms. I'm glad that children are taking initiative to expand their projects, one of which is dear to our heart, that is at Talk at Kulachi Hansraj Model School, at Talk at KHMS. I remember the day when it was launched in our school innovation lab. Teacher lead Mrs. Rashmi Kathuria and Mrs. Ritu helped children in starting their YouTube channel. It is one of the favorite platform of the children as they get a chance to express themselves in their own way. Children conduct ed talks in language period, maths ed talk, and many and much more. When I see children evolving as a better human being with their ideas and action, I feel elated. Now, in the 50th year, Golden Jubilee year, I wish good luck to children and facilitator to take ed talk to global level. I'm happy to say I'm happy to say Global Ed Talk at KHMS is open today with students in Indonesia. I welcome and express my sincere thanks to Mr. Pak Sugiyatna. Please, I'm sorry. And principal state, he's a principal state senior high school, Indonesia, and Mr. Yayuk, vice principal SMAN. I won Balik Papan, Indonesia, for joining hands with Kulachi Hansraj Model School. Welcome to virtual platform on the launch of Global Ed Talk at Kulachi at KHMS. Welcome once again to Yayuk and Dayang also, and principal sir, vice principal sir, vice principal madam, I think Mr. Sir. So once again, I welcome you to virtual platform on the launch of Global Ed Talk at KHMS. Best wishes to teacher Dayang from Indonesia and Rashmi from our school. Both are top 50 teacher finalists of Global Teacher Prize by Worky Foundation. Please clap for them. I wish good luck to lovely children Vijeyta and Siddharth, Gieska and Gheza and team. Thank you. Thanks to the parents for all their support. I appreciate it. Let us hear young voices. Stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You've always motivated us with your words. Thank you so much for all the blessings.
Thank you
I
so
would,
much, ma'am. Thank you.
I would
Thank
now
you very much.
request
Thank
Yayuk.
you, a beautiful lady from India.
Indeed, she is. I would now request Yayuk
I can
ma'am
say
to
very bubbly. Miss, they are, you are a very happy going, I think so.
Yes, yes,
I
I'm
would
a
like
happy
you to come
teacher.
to our school whenever the
Yes, of course.
situation gets better. Okay,
Yes.
in India.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You are welcome to our school. Huh? Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I would now request Yayuk ma'am, Vice Principal, to please come forward and guide us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Vijeyta. Okay, hello, good evening, everybody. It is such an honor for me to be here and represent my school SMA Negeri 1 Balikpapan, one of senior high school in Balikpapan, is Borneo, Indonesia. Thank you so much Mrs. Dayang, Suriani, and Rashmi, Kathuria as Global Teacher Prize Ambassadors who have collaborated and supported this good event. Kulachi Hanraj Model School India, the principal, Mrs. Verma, Mrs. Verma, and all amazing students. I do appreciate all your kindness to let my school in this incredible event. Besides, I also thanks to my students, Gieska and Gheza, who become the representative of SMA Negeri 1 Balikpapan. And also I hope both of you can learn many things from this event. Thank you so much and thank you for all. Just
Thank you so much, ma'am. For
Thank
your
you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Miss Yayuk. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So as we move forward with our event, I would be honored to share about glory of Kulachi Hansraj Model School, which obviously cannot be worded in this limited time. And I am having my last year in this lovely institution, but I am going to try my best. So Kulachi Hansraj Model School, it was started in 1972. It started in a room. It was a one room school with limited teachers. These were our core members, our founding fathers. And today, we are a four building school with such a humongous and dedicated teaching staff. We have such a huge population of students, as Rashmi ma'am mentioned, and all of them are extremely dedicated. The school has already had 49 years of giving gems to the world, and the story is still continuing. Even at this critical condition of the pandemic, the teaching did not stop. The teaching learning continued via the online platforms. We had an entire structured G Suite account by the school. We had our assessment, we had our learning, teaching learning. We even had our practical classes online. The school, from one room, from four buildings, has expanded to each and every single home of every student. Everybody has found out a new way to learn, all because Kulachi Hansraj Model School could adapt to the situations, and that has been made possible by our respected principal ma'am and our lovely teachers. And that is the glory of Kulachi Hansraj Model School. And I, being someone who has always been on stage, we are still here on stage, online, all because of school. And that is what my school is. And today, as we begin with our session, our theme for today is going to be education in pandemic time, as we were just talking. We are going to talk about both challenges and opportunities. And as we were talking to both of our mentor teachers, and both of them said that challenges and opportunities come together. So we are going to discuss about them today. In this panel discussion, we are going to have 5 rounds. In first round, each participant is going to introduce themselves along with the school's introduction. We are then going to have the second round, wherein everybody will share their online learning experience, how they responded to the new system, how the school adapted, and what was the transition experience for them. We will then have the third round, where everybody will share that one element or two elements of online learning that they think should continue even after the situations get back to normal. In the next round, everybody would share that one challenge, one crucial challenge they faced while they were learning in an online environment, and what makes them prefer a physical learning over an online one. And in the last round, as we all know, our teachers matter. We are nothing without them. Whatever we are, wherever we are because of our teachers. So we are all going to share one good memory with any of our teacher, and we will share why do we really think that teachers matter to us, what qualities do we really look for in our teachers, and how teachers are adapting to the online environment for all of us. So that is what we are going to have today. And with that, I would want to request Siddharth, my fellow, to introduce himself, and so that we begin our discussion. Please take over, Siddharth.
Good morning, everyone. I am Siddharth Verma. I am in standard 12th, and this is also my last year. And I'm privileged that Rashmi ma'am and Sneh Verma ma'am chose me to be a part of this grand event. And throughout the years, I was anxious at first, but this school has turned me into a very confident person. Now I have opinions of my own, and I can speak it out loud without getting nervous. So thank you so much to the school. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth. I would now request Gieska to introduce herself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I want to say thank you to give me the opportunity to can introduce myself in here, and I want to say thank you to my principal state senior high school 1 Balikpapan Indonesia, Bapak Sugiyatna, and the vice principal Ibu Yayuk, and all the teacher and staff in my school, especially Ma'am Dayang Suriani. My name is Gieska Aulia Permana, and I'm from 10 Science 3, State Senior High School 1, Balikpapan, Indonesia. In my school, I like to organizing some event because I'm a part of student organization. In Indonesia, every school have a student organization it called OSIS. Besides, I love to taking photos and editing. Such an honor for me who can talk with my friends from Kulachi Hansraj Model School, India. It's for That's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gieska. I would now request Gheza to introduce himself to all of us.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is
Waalaikumsalam.
Ghezali Winardi. Everyone can call me Geza. I'm from State Senior High School 1 Balikpapan, Indonesia. And my hobby is playing basketball. And my feeling to got a chance to join this event is I feeling so happy. And I think I will learn a lot from this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As to my own introduction, myself Vijeyta Panjwani, Vice Head Girl, Kulachi Hansraj Model School. I am an author, a social science enthusiast, an Olympiad medalist, as well as a YouTuber. And as my hobby, I love to express myself through any and every platform possible. Writing has my special flair, and all of what I am today. Like Siddharth said, I too was an introvert, and today my school has brought me to this platform. I am a beaming extrovert, and I'm really thankful to Principal Ma'am, to our teachers, to our school. And that would be for my introduction. Thank you so much. And as we move to our second round, I would now request Giza to begin with his online learning experience.
Thank you for the question. And I think during the pandemic, there are various things we encounter during the learning process. And we have to quickly adapt to this online learning process. And also, I think there are a plus and minus point. For the plus point, for the first, I think learning is more relaxed and can be done anywhere. For the second, we can be more creative and more independent. For the minus point, the first one is the internet connection. For the second is a more assignment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Giza. That was quite a summary to all of us online experience, I believe. I would now request Gieska to share her online experience and how did she adapt to the new system.
Okay, thank you for the questions. For my opinion, in my school, we usually using Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams to do study during this online during this online learning. And especially in Indonesia, we usually go to school from Monday to Friday. And in every single subject in my school, we usually study around 30 minutes until 1 hour in, in only one subject. And in the meeting, we all do so many kinds of e-learning technique. And one of my favorite is Microsoft Whiteboard. Why I love this because Mem Dayang excuse us to create our own whiteboard and it makes me I can use my skill on it. And and not just that, we ever play bamboozle, Flipgrid, and one of the NASA application is Sauce for Love project. Now, because now we are live in digital era, students can access knowledge anywhere and anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gieska. It was so interesting to know about Microsoft Whiteboard, quite similar to Google Jamboard that we use. I would now request Siddharth to elaborate upon his experience in online learning and what was the transition like for him.
Thank you so much, Vijeyta. For me, I have not been a tech savvy throughout. I just love books and offline learning. So it was really hard for me for the transition. And plus, I had technical difficulties at home also. So major time, half year, major half year, I couldn't join with a proper big screen device. I used to join classes with the phone, and it was really hard to watch the Jamboard on a phone because it strained my eyes. Plus, the 6 7 hours constant online learning also was hectic for beginning. But even though I wasted, or I may say that I was not able to cope up with the first 6 months in the school, my teachers were so great that I could manage to cope up with the rest of the course in the remaining 6 months. And with the Google Classroom and daily notes and assessments, I could keep track of my ability to as per the subject, if I am learning in a correct way, and I can contact the teacher online also if I have any doubts anytime. So that was great. Thank you so much, Vijeta.
Thank you, Siddharth. That quite summed up my own experience as well. I did have the digital facilities available while it came to online learning. And for myself, online learning was neither black, it was neither white, it was gray. While initially there were technical difficulties, but then online learning also gave me the space and time to take the bold decision of writing my first book and getting it published. So that gave me a memory of lifetime. Also, we had online assessments wherein we were hearing how people have got access to resources. But online assessments were me for a test of my own moral lessons as to how much I can keep honest to myself and to my teachers. So that was a big learning for me, and I am glad to share that I could keep my moral lessons up and I could give the exams honestly. So online learning taught me that, it empowered my lessons, and that was the good part of online learning for me. Thank you so much to the school for adapting to this. And with so much about online learning, I would now request Gieska to share as to what element does she want should continue from online learning even after things get better.
Okay, thank you for the question. I think there are so many platforms that we can use and make students more easier to submit their tasks. Especially in my school, we usually using Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams to submit our tasks. And I think it's really be more effective if we continue it in offline school so that teacher can easier to give the to give to assign the task. And besides, I really love the feedback website. So why I love this, the feedback website is make the students more can give their opinion about the subject, about the teacher, about the classmate around them. So I think it's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gieska. Siddharth, what do you think? Which element of online learning should continue even after we get back to a physical school?
Thank you for the question, Vijeyta. I also agree with my fellow participant from Indonesia. I also think that Google Classrooms should exist even after the physical schools are come into action, because Google Classrooms has informal tests, like we have informal tests throughout the week. So that keeps me consistent with my studies because I have to study for it. Plus the notes. Uh, Earlier, from one book or maybe two books, we used to study offline, but now we have a set of we have a lot of things to take reference from, maybe animated videos, PowerPoint presentations, which also brings out our creative self. Like for me, I for the first time this year I made a animated video with my friend. I couldn't imagine doing this in an offline school, and I think I have embraced a skill of mine which couldn't be done in a physical school. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth. Giza, what do you think as to which element would you want should continue?
Thank you for the question. I'm totally agree with the Gieska and Siddharth about the Microsoft Teams and Google Classroom. Application is very helpful to tell homework whether we have done or not. And we can send an assignment anywhere and anytime without having to come face to face with the teacher directly. Thank you.
Thank you, Giza. As to my own self, I do think online learning elements should continue. I am a humanities student, and my subjects of history and pol science require me to make humongous projects. And had we been in a physical school, we would have probably used some hundreds of pages to make them. And after the entire craft and project work was over, we would have never probably looked back to it. But in the online school, we've got this chance to make PowerPoint presentations for our projects, and that is saving so much of paper, that is making us contribute a little step towards environment. So I think that is one element that should continue. Also, I think that online and offline school can be made a blended learning experience. We can have a few hours of offline school wherein we have practical teaching and certain elements of theory that are basic for understanding, that can be done in self study, can be made for online learning or home learning. And I think that is how things should continue. That is the student perspective to it. I hope they continue this way. And as we move to the next round, now we are going to talk about the challenges we all faced. So, Giza, I would request you to begin with this. Which was that one challenge you faced in online learning?
Thank you for the question. I think it will be easier to get the sore eye because we study about 6 hours for a day through the cell phone or the laptop. And how to deal with it? If I'm connect my cell phone to the TV so I can see from afar. Thank you.
Okay. I guess Siddharth too had a similar issue. So, Siddharth, would you want to share next as to what challenges you faced?
Yes, as I mentioned already in my experience of online learning, technical issues were a problem because I was out of device, plus the Wi-Fi was not constantly great, so I couldn't cope up. Plus, the time management factor was also there because I'm a clumsy person. I couldn't manage the home. Also, domestic help was not there, so I had to help my mother also. So I couldn't manage times for the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I missed on to several assessments in the school also. But later on, I adapted to it, and I think this online environment taught me how to manage time by breaking it into smaller tasks, and also I got a little more familiar to the online devices. Technical issues also I could sort. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddharth. Gieska, what do you think? Which challenges did you face in online learning?
Okay, thank you for the question. One thing that I have to challenge is myself to be a productive student. During this online class, we usually using gadgets, right? Yeah, it actually makes me spend a lot of time for scrolling some social media like Instagram, Snapchat, and or with chatting with my friends. And how I solve this is I make my own journal so I can write down what I have to do today and what I want to do tomorrow if there is an event or activities. And besides, every time I study, I I always remove all the distractions so that I can study well. Thank you.
That's great, Gieska. As to my own self, I'm always into a lot of co-curricular activities. That is one place I love to be. I always say this that I am more on stage than in a classroom. So when online learning began, Google gave me this option of opening multiple tabs together. Not my issue. And with that, I started surfing on everything together. So that was one challenge I faced, but eventually with the teachers adaptation and with the normalization of online learning, I could overcome this and I could sort multitasking. And so that is how I faced my challenge. And we are quite quick with this. We are done with our fourth round as well. And now that we are done with all the rounds, I would once again like to mention that this was all possible because of our teachers. They have served for years and years in an offline mode, and suddenly, because of a global pandemic, they too, as warriors, adopted an online platform, and they changed their way so that we could learn. They too face challenges, and because teachers are so dedicated and sincere towards us, we all have mesmerizing memories with them. So, for our last round, I would now request all of my fellows to share one of their beautiful memories with any of their teachers one by one. And I would request Gieska to begin with it. And also, why does she think teachers really matter?
Okay, there are a lot of good memories that I have met with my teacher, especially in learning English with my beloved teacher, Ma'am Dayang Suriani. Actually, in Indonesia, the students using bahasa for the generally for the general language. And Ma'am Dayang, in every single meeting, she always asks the students conditions like, "How are you today? Are you happy right now?" So the students could very cheerful to study. And Ma'am Dayang always give us a new website so that the students could explore more and more about knowledge. And one what do I feel that why teacher really matters is Ma'am Dayang always positioning that teachers are the students' role model and motivator. So students could more be a good person and could be a smart student in the school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gieska. As you were sharing about Dayang ma'am, it felt so similar to our experiences with Rashmi ma'am. I have studied for 2 years with her, and for the rest of my time, I have been under her mentorship. She has given us so much to explore with. She has given us so much to learn from, and that was so similar to all your experiences. And in India, especially, we have such an emphasis on guru shishya learning. So guru is the teacher, and shishya is the student, and every student, including myself, I've had such beautiful memories with my teachers. They always push us. Every time that I felt down, it was a it was because of my teachers that I could come back. So they ensure complete development. That was my experience. I would now request Siddharth to share his experience. Otherwise, I can't stop talking about teachers' experiences.
Thank you so much, Vijayta. I agree with you regarding Rashmi ma'am, who has been 24/7 helping us with organizing this event very perfectly. We would also have e- a year filled with events, and she will be guiding us throughout. What I think about teachers is that a single subject teacher, without missing a day, comes daily to the class, maybe they'll have back pains or maybe they'll have technical issues, but how we can express to them, they never express to us. And plus, I had a very informal relationship with my teachers this year, which through which I could express what I'm having in my personal life, what problems I'm having in my personal life. Regarding why teachers matter, I think education and opinion formation are the two things that matter the most in this world and to bring changes to this world. And teachers, they have been throughout my 12, 13 years in the school emphasizing on this. And like this also, I came over my anxiety and now I'm confident. I speak up in front of anyone without thinking anything. I openly tell my opinions, and that is because of my teachers. I am very thankful that they could emphasize on my opinion formation, and that I'm confident. I'm too confident now. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddharth. I truly agree with you on that. Teachers faced a lot of issues in the beginning, but all of them adapted so well to the online platform so that we could do well. And they never share their problems. They are always here with a smile to keep us going. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, before I continue, I would request Giza to share his experiences with teachers and what qualities does he really look for that make his experiences memorable with teachers.
Thank you, Vijeyta. One happy memory with the teacher. I think most of my memories with the teacher, especially Miss Dayang. There were times when I was late with my assignment, and she advised me. She said that you have to remember your parents who love you and who support you. And I think teachers are very important because she made me realize to be more diligent, and she is my motivator in the school. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And teachers, before we move forward, I would just want to say that whatever we may say here, we can never truly express our gratitude towards you. You've adopted the online platform. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with our generation. Thank you for making us deal with all of what is going on. Thank you so much. And with that, I would first of all want to acknowledge my team for today. Obviously, the teachers made it possible. The student team included myself, Siddharth, as the panelists. Pranay was managing the entire digital part, and he's still doing that. He's going to premiere it as well. And Pavni was our repeater for today. Thank you so much for being here. As we move towards the conclusion of the program, we could sail through so many elements of online learning. Online learning was a task for all of us, for teachers as well as for the students, but we all adapted to it because of our schools. We did have black and white experiences, we had a combination of both of them, and we did sail through them. So much so that, in spite of all the screen, hectic schedules, and health issues that we faced, we all had something or other that should continue in the physical school, be it resource management, be it time management, be it Google Classrooms, be it Microsoft Teams. And we even had so many memories with our teachers that we all want to come back to the physical school and have a blended learning. I guess that was for all of us today. Thank you so much. Would anyone want to share anything?
Good job, Vijeyta, and the entire team, Gheza, Gieska, and Siddharth. You have shared not just your heart, but you have reached to the heart of a teacher by sharing the truth. And before you say something, the teachers, they know. You say something or you do not say something. The teachers have those special sense organs, one plus extra. So in mathematics, I can say that people have five sense organs, so teacher has five plus one. So that one is still unknown to the students, but teachers, they have that. I sincerely thank our school principal, Mrs. Sneh Verma, for trusting in teachers and students and giving freedom and flexibility to take up projects. And I personally believe as a teacher that when you do something sincerely with your heart, your soul gets nurtured. And that's the purpose of all of us to be on this planet, to give the best and leave the rest. Another acknowledgement is especially for the teachers, vice principal, and the principal of our partner school who have joined hands with Kulachi Hansraj Model School. So, this is our first global ed talk and will be memorable one because new talks will be addition to this one. Another important thing is we have to continue this journey by expressing gratitude. So I sincerely express gratitude to the teachers who have helped in accomplishing this program. So we have Miss Archika who is doing live streaming from home. So that's a great thing which the teacher is doing behind the scene. And we have students who are helping us to take up technology to, nurture not only this particular program, but the future programs as well. Thank you, all of you, to be a part of this gala event. Thank you once again. And we wish that the entire global fraternity should live a peaceful and happy life, and this corona should go. Corona, go, go. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.
My pleasure, Vijeyta, Rashmi, Siddharth, Pak Sugiyatna, Gheza, Gieska, Bu Yayuk, thank you so much, Archika,
Thank you
Fafni,
so much,
for
ma'am.
this incredible event, right? Mhm. Okay, so we're going to continue this journey to another great activity that is possible for us to improve our connection and, of course, our insight to be together to support education.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye, Rashmi.
Bye. Thank you,
Thank you
Rashmi.
so much, ma'am.
Siddharth,
You did a great
Gieska,
job.
Geza, Pak Sugiyatna, Fafni, Archika, Bu Yayuk, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.
Mm.
So now we are
Assalamualaikum.
waiting for Pavani's report.
Yes, sure, I will.
Pictures and report.
Okay, once again, we say together, Rashmi, teachers matter.
Teachers
Students matter.
matter.
Okay, together. 1, 2, 3.
Teachers
Teachers
Teachers matter.
matter. Students matter.
Matter.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you
Vijeyta.
later.
Bye, Gheza.
Yeah.
Bye, Gieska. And where is Pranay? I cannot see him. And
He's recording
Pavani, bye
behind the
bye.
screen.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye,